Is this thing on? Looks like it is. Yeah, no, that's yesterday. Then again, oh, hopefully it can be today. That is actually what would be nice. Get back to some video games. But instead, I'll just say it's me, JJ, the owner of Bright Idea Records, and the producer of video games and more. Um, on this November or September 2nd at 8 in the morning. On Tuesday, on Labor Day. Or no, it's on a Monday. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just hoping I can make it to the dentist today, you know? I'd tell you all about this freaking nerve root infection, but I don't want to jinx myself. Because that's the way it works. If I tell you I'm doing good, I'll jinx myself and then I'll be doing badly. And then if I try to outsmart the jinx and say I'm doing badly, well, then I'll just do badly. So that's what they mean when they say you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. That's exactly what they mean. I guess it's not a jinx. I guess it's more of a curse. Okay. Let me try to get my first cigarette made here. I haven't wished myself death yet today, so I guess I'm feeling pretty good. That's my instant go-to. You know, I think I was saying that yesterday. When I feel so horrible, I just don't want to deal with it. And then when I say feel, I mean like, you know, do you have a headache? Do you have a stomach ache? Do you have a backache? Do you feel crappy? That's what I mean by feel. If you feel guilty, you know what? You should. You should feel guilty. I don't feel guilty about a goddamn thing, but I do feel crappy just about every day of my life. So if you feel crappy because you're guilty, well, you know, maybe you should make it up to me. Because you're probably guilty over neglecting me, right? Because look at how I'm doing. I'm doing terrible. So you can go to Bright Idea Records, buy one of my songs, and I don't know if that'll really help, but you won't have to feel guilty anymore because you made an effort to help me. So, and you know, I should make an effort to say thank you, but I usually only say thank you like when I feel like I've been helped. You know? It's like if you feel like you've helped me, you probably have. Probably gone out of your way to, even. But if I don't feel better afterwards, I'm not going to say thank you. Just because you exhausted yourself trying to help me, I'll say thank you when you fix the goddamn problem once and for all. What's the goddamn problem? The problem is, usually by this time of the day, I wish I was dead. So, but lucky for you, it's not one of those days. And I got my cigarette. Where's my lighter? Mm-hmm. You know, it's like right now, it sucks that I don't have a camera to use on the stream, on the JJ Styles Rock stream, because that's the only one going right now. If I can get feeling like, if this cigarette does what it's supposed to, I'll be making a Grand Theft Auto stream. Grand Theft Auto 4, Lost in the Dam. I'll try to install some more. Here's what happened yesterday that pissed me off. I thought that I calibrated my bandwidth properly. See, I'm not playing a video game. I can look and I can see what's happening in the studio software here. The OBS says that it's streaming at like a larger number than I've ever seen before. And that's funny, because yesterday it looked like a typical crappy JJ stream, you know? I thought that I'd, like, recalibrated it. Oh well, I guess it's recalibrated now. Now that there's like nothing to show you. Well, whatever, dude. It doesn't matter. I'm sure my fans don't really mind if my stream is low bit rate or high bit rate because I try to focus on content that doesn't require high bit rate. In fact, in fact, I kind of sort of got that attitude back in the video games and more days, you know? I know, it's all about the graphics, right? Graphics, graphics, graphics. And back then, it was really exciting because the graphics were going from 8-bit to 16-bit to 32-bit to 64-bit to now people don't even count the bits. They just say, "Oh yeah, another 3D video game, cool." Or perhaps you're still doing the side scrollers. A lot of people moved on. A lot of people never started. A lot of the kids never, their first side scroller was like a mini game. You know? Like the Batman mini game that's like the Arkham Asylum, or maybe like the Assassin's Creed. It's not a mini game, it's the downloadable content. I'm still waking up, yeah. But here's the deal with that is, you know, like these games, it was just real exciting back in those days, like the video games in more days, because the crap was being invented, you know? It's like I think you guys call them platformers now. Back then we called them side scrollers. Didn't even know what to call them. They were being invented. So I don't know. I just think I thought that it was nice to focus on well-made games that were fun to play. With the storyline, I'll be honest. I was a kid, and kids, we're not really meant to be critics. Granted, I considered myself a video game critic because I'd played enough video games. I suppose if you're a kid that's read enough books, you could be a you could be a book critic. I almost said a video game critic. I was like, no, I'm sorry. I think everybody's whether you're a kid, an adult, or whatever, everybody's a video game critic. But and a critic doesn't mean that you hate, you got to nitpick things to death. I don't necessarily have a biased opinion of critics, you know? It's like if someone gives a good review, well, that's a critic. Well, is that a critic? It seems like the word critic really is related to a negative review, huh? Everyone's a critic. Yeah, yeah, I guess a review is just supposed to be a review, but when you go on and on about how you hate it, that's when you become a critic. Yeah. Alright, sorry, I get confused. But yeah, focusing on a video game, because like I said, the graphics were changing. The Sega CD, we did a few of those. It had a limited color palette, you know, but we did everything from Genesis to Super Nintendo to full motion video on Sega CD. Um, it, so it's like, how are you gonna get people to watch the show? You know, if you're playing I don't know. I don't want to be rude here, but I just want to say I'm trying to rack my brain to remember what video game had the least impressive graphics, you know, but was still made for a good show. Um, I don't know. I just don't really think like that though. Like least impressive, if I'm thinking more like 2600. Like I wasn't that was before my time, so it's like, you know, granted there's plenty of good 26 Atari 2600 games out there, but yeah. If I was gonna do a show on a 2600 game, I would definitely pick a good one, like one that has a storyline that can wrap you into it, you know, that kind of a thing. That's probably where my taste for stories developed, was on video games and more. Because, like I said, I was a kid. I wasn't the critic. I wasn't there to judge stories. Hell, half the time I didn't even understand them. I was like, wait a minute, Samus is out in outer space for what reason again? You know what I mean? Wait, Link is saving the princess? Cause, oh yeah, Ganon. That guy I haven't even met yet. That's right. You know, Bowser was a little more familiar. Cause, we already got to, like, you know, battle him over and over and over and over and over. So, yeah, stories. Aren't stories great? I like the ones with the happy endings. Yep. All right, I'm gonna try and get my studio, try to get my act together and get back to the story of the Grand Theft Auto Lost in the Damned Part 2 installment. And this time, hopefully, the graphics will look a little more like impressive than yesterday. All right. Have a good day, everybody.